2003. I'm 28 years old. I've been given my dream job. I'm the program director of the biggest radio station in Leeds. You know, it's the thing I always wanted. The job, the salary, the status, the prestige, the life is great. But shortly after doing it, I found myself failing and miserable, really miserable. I'd come from running another one of our radio stations in Hull, and I'd absolutely nailed it. And that's why I got promoted. But Leeds was totally different. It was a different market, a different team, different people. Serious people in our company stake their reputations on me going in there and fixing this business, so there was a ton of pressure, and I wasn't getting it right. Honestly, I was making a lot of bad decisions. I don't know why, I just was making bad choices. And my people were looking at me like I was leading them over the edge of a cliff. And I was trying to tell them what to do. You know, I was like, I've done this before, I know how to do this, do it like this. And in my head, it's full of all these stories, full of all these thoughts. You know, you can't do this, you're screwing this up. They hate you, you shouldn't be here. And those thoughts are going faster and faster and faster. And because of that, I was snappy and unkind to the people around me and self-absorbed. You know, I was probably the closest I've ever come to depression. So 6 months in, and my partner, right, she has had enough of me being like this. And one day, she just snaps. You know, she's like, I have had it with this shit. Knock it off. This is not who you are. Cut it out. Which is, you know, the last thing they tell people to do when you're looking after someone who's down. But it works, you know? It was probably the best thing that anyone could have done for me, because she broke my path. So I knew I could change, I just didn't know how. So I had to figure it out. So I set off on this journey to work it out. I read every psychology book I could find. You know, I gate crashed lectures, that was fun. I got a coach, I got a mentor, I went on leadership training courses. I found people who were really good at being how I wanted to be. I learned that our happiness and our success comes from two things. You know, one, our mindset, how we think about our situations, and two, our strategies, what we do. And also I learned that both of those things were in my control. That was the big deal. So I was so horribly geekily excited about this stuff that I was learning. It was like these magic answers that, you know, nobody knew existed, that I couldn't help but teach it to other people. And my team at work were the obvious people to teach. They had no choice, right? They had to let me teach them. And the more I taught them, the more I coached them, the more I started to notice they were showing up at work happier, better, doing more, taking risks they'd never taken before, trying things they'd never tried before, and brilliantly, they were just loving their work more. They were enjoying what they were doing more. So it took a while, right? But after a while, we started to go from what had been pretty much consistently declining audiences to 2 years of straight audience growth. And we went from being unprofitable to highly profitable. And what was interesting was nothing had really changed in what I was doing. You know, I wasn't making better quality decisions. What had changed is I'd stopped being self-absorbed, snappy, mean, and I'd started spending time with my people, serving them, helping them grow, empowering them, helping them figure out how to do things, go further, be better, do more. And I realized something that changed the rest of my life. This is leadership. You know, this is what it looks like. Our ability and our desire to get out of bed every day and serve our people, to help them be better, happier versions of themselves. So my life is now driven by this compulsion that I realized through that experience, that we have all got this phenomenal potential to be happier, to do more, to achieve more, a greatness inside us that we don't necessarily realize. That desire for myself as well as for other people, but to help all of us love our work and live big.